Subscribe and download over 1 million code snippet including this tutorial from codegive.com, link in the description below. In Python, there are cases where you might call a function for its side effects rather than its return value. While it's generally good practice to use a function's return value, there are scenarios where you might want to deliberately ignore it. In this tutorial, we'll explore how to ignore function return values in Python and discuss situations where this might be appropriate. To ignore a function's return value in Python, you can simply call the function and not assign its result to any variable. For example, in the above example, we're calling the function _with_return_value without assigning its result to any variable. This effectively ignores the return value. Sometimes, you might call a function to print or log some information, and the actual return value is not crucial for your current task. For instance, in this case, you are calling the log_message function to print a log message, and you are not interested in its return value. Functions that perform cleanup operations, like closing a file or a network connection, might return a status indicator. However, if you're confident that the cleanup operation will be successful or if you don't need to handle potential failures explicitly, you can ignore the return value. Here, the focus is on closing the file, and the return value from close_file is ignored. In certain cases, you might call a function to perform some one-time initialization, and the return value is not relevant for subsequent operations. Here, the initialize_configuration function is called once, and its return value is ignored. Ignoring function return values in Python can be appropriate in specific scenarios, such as when the return value is not needed for the current task or when the focus is on side effects like logging or cleanup operations. However, it's essential to be cautious and understand the implications of ignoring return values, as they may convey important information or indicate potential issues in certain situations. Always consider the design and purpose of your code before deciding to ignore return values. ChatGPT